Gareth Southgate has signaled his backing for England fans travelling to Russia this summer by revealing his own family are planning to be at the World Cup to support him and the team. Southgate is trying to keep England's preparations as normal as possible despite the huge political fallout from the poisoning of Russian spy Sergei Skripal and his daughter in Salisbury. And while the manager is aware the situation could change, he is presently sticking to the family decision that wife Alison and teenage children Mia and Flynn will be in Russia for part of the tournament. At the moment they're planning to do that, he said. We're like everyone else, we have to see what the advice is and if things change, but that's their intention. They have got to balance that with being at school and university at the right time so they won't be there for too long. But it's an experience I want them to have. Russia is culturally an incredible country to visit, so I want them to experience it, and for them to go to a World Cup as well. Southgate named a 27-man squad on Thursday for friendlies against Holland on Friday and Italy 4 days later, but the announcement was overshadowed by questions about the World Cup being staged in Russia after 23 of the country's diplomats had just been expelled from the United Kingdom. FA Director of Strategy and Communications Robert Sullivan said only a threat to security would cause England to think about pulling out of the World Cup. Southgate's update about his own family is therefore significant and should help allay fears among supporters about travelling to Russia. Arsenal have also been drawn to play CSKA Moscow in the Europa League next month. For those who regard loyalty as an outdated concept in modern football, Southgate begs to differ. The inclusion of West Brom's Jake Livermore in his squad underlines that a sense of allegiance to teammates and country is an important part of building for a World Cup. Southgate knew he'd get stick for selecting Livermore, who plays for a team who are bottom of the Premier League and who was interviewed by police in connection with an alleged taxi theft during a club break to Barcelona last month. Indeed, within minutes of the squad announcement, Alan Shearer tweeted, "Having looked at this squad, I'm very surprised Shelvey hasn't made it." Yet Livermore hasn't let Southgate down in 7 appearances. When others pulled out of autumn's friendlies against Brazil and Germany, he joined up at late notice, cancelling a trip to celebrate his 28th birthday, and was a mainstay in 2 draws at Wembley. "It's very straightforward for me," explained Southgate. "We played Jake in several matches and he did a job for the team. In November, we left him out and he was just about to board a plane when we called him. He left the family at the airport, came in and did really well for us against Brazil and Germany. That has to carry some weight when you are building the spirit and culture around your team. That doesn't mean he is guaranteed to go in the summer, but it justifies him staying in our squad. That is the sort of example of sacrificing what you are doing for the team that is important. I know when I pick Jake it is going to get a certain sort of reaction, but there is a specific reason why we have done it." Yesterday's game at Bournemouth was only his 4th Premier League start this year. The argument may resonate with Danny Drinkwater, who has played 22 times for Chelsea this season but can't get an England spot, having previously twice withdrawn from squads because of injury only to play for his club soon afterwards. The emergence of a promising new generation, England are world champions at under-17 and under-20 levels, has led to rapid changes in the senior squad. Goalkeeper Joe Hart is the only member of Southgate's latest squad with more than 50 caps. He is 75. Yet the manager is reluctant to ditch those who have helped him. There were some encouraging words for Chelsea's Gary Cahill, a key part of qualification but left out this time for the uncapped Alfie Mawson and James Tarkowski. "It was a difficult conversation to have with Gary. An experienced player and someone who I really like as well," said Southgate. "But he knows we've had players who have been in and out of the squad before. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain is an example of that, so the door is never closed. Like Fabian Delph, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Phil Jones and, of course, Harry Kane. Cahill may yet go to the World Cup. Chelsea's Ross Barkley, though, has left it too late. He's just not been fit," said the boss. Southgate regards the mass withdrawals 4 months ago as a blessing in disguise. Headed by youngsters Loftus-Cheek and Tottenham's Harry Winks, England were creative and moved the ball quickly in midfield. "I'm excited by the players we've got and working with them," said Southgate. "If those players treat the England shirt with pride and respect, he'll look after them. Ask Livermore." Goalkeepers: Joe Hart, Jack Butland, Jordan Pickford, Nick Pope. Defenders: Ryan Bertrand, Danny Rose, Harry Maguire, John Stones, Joe Gomez, James Tarkowski, Alfie Mawson, Kyle Walker, Kieran Trippier. Midfielders: Ashley Young, Eric Dyer, Lewis Cook, Jake Livermore, Jordan Henderson, Jack Wilshere, Adam Lallana, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Forwards: Raheem Sterling, Marcus Rashford, Jesse Lingard, Dele Alli, Danny Welbeck, Jamie Vardy.